Hi, I'm Heather Perstansky with Secret Weapon to Success. Today is Transformation Tuesday, and I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about how to create the new Facebook Pixel to create both custom audiences and to track your conversions. So I'm going to share my screen with you today so that I can walk you through this over my shoulder. Bear with me here. So you should be able to, whoop, come on now, there we go. Oh, right now you're seeing my kitchen design. That's not what I want you to see. I want you to see this over here. All right. So right now you can see basically an ad account. This is an ad account that I created just for the purpose of this training. And you can see that we just sort of ran kind of a quick $20 thing and not really a lot has happened. But I created this account because I have an agency, so the agency looks a lot different, and I want to make sure that I'm showing you here exactly what it would kind of look like for you in your ads manager. So what we're going to go to is we're going to go into tools and we're going to go into custom conversions and pixels. So the first thing we're going to select is pixels. So we're going to wait for this pixels to load. It just takes a second when I'm screen sharing with you. And what we're going to do is we are going to create, you can see here that it's got a couple of different pixels here. These are old pixels that we've created. Here is the new Facebook pixel. So this is where we want to be. Now, Facebook now only has one pixel that you would use for everything. So I'm going to name this, it's one pixel per ad account. So I'm just going to keep this with my name. And I like to add in Facebook Pixel because I get a lot of things going at once. And I'm just going to create this pixel. Now, if you have no clue where to put this on your website, that's okay. I'm going to show you a little bit here. However, you might want to send this off to your web developer and ask them to put it on all pages of your website just to be sure that it's installed correctly. So I'm just going to click here on Install Pixel now, and I'm going to take this code and I'm going to Control-C or Command-C to copy it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop into a lead page here to show you where you can put this if you're doing something like a download or something like that. So I'm just going to log in. And this is one of my client's accounts here. So give me 1 second. I'm going to log out of her account. I'm going to log back into mine so that you can see. I don't want to show you any of her lead pages and all of that kind of good stuff. So we're going to log back into mine here. And what I would do is I would go into my lead pages and into my thank you page, and I would copy and paste this information right into a thank you page. So we're just going to say that this replay page here is a thank you page. It's just sort of something that hasn't really even gone live yet. And what you would do here, there are a number of different places you can put it, but if you go under lead page options and then under tracking codes, I would paste that copy right here under head tag tracking code. Now, I would be able to create either a custom audience pixel for anybody who lands on this page or a conversion pixel if this was a thank you page. I would know that they converted to something, and I would be able to create different audiences or different pixels for this. So I'm going to hit done. Now, if you were in a website builder, so let's just say you want to do this for a blog, I'm going to pop on over into Weebly, which is my favorite website editor. I find that it's much more user-friendly than WordPress. And when I used to work with an agency, at an agency here in Canada, it was far easier to do things like SEO, to do things like Google AdWords, and to do things just like this with tracking pixels. So I do love the Weebly sites. Now what I'm going to do here, this is the Secret Weapon to Success website, and you can see it's brand new. We just launched this baby today. So there haven't been all that many visits because we are literally just rolling it out. I just finished it a couple of hours ago maybe. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go in a number of different places. So You want to copy and paste this to any given page that you have. So for example, I might go into my blog and then I'm going to go into advanced and I'm going to paste the header code right here. And that just inserts that big, long, confusing code that we just took from Facebook. You can do that on every single page in your website that you might want to track, either when people land it to create a custom audience or when people land there and that tells you that that's a conversion. You can also go into your settings, and this is for your entire site, and then go into SEO and you can add a header code in here. I don't recommend doing it this way because it might be a little bit more confusing when you go to set up your code. Now, if you're in WordPress or something like that, there are different plugins that you can use to manage this. So I recommend just sort of going in and Googling, how do I paste header code into my Weebly, and then put your theme template name right there. So I'm going to head back into my ads manager and I'm going to show you what our next step is. So when you click on this, you can see that it's going to say there's no activity yet. What you want to do is you actually want to go to a page that has your Facebook pixel on it. So now I'm not going to do this because I'm not actually installing this. I'm just sort of showing you. But let's just say you had installed it under your blog page. Then just go and visit your blog page, and this should light up with a green and it should say active. Then you know that you've installed the pixel properly. So now up at the top here, you can see we've got create audience and we've got create custom conversion. So creating an audience means that we are going to be collecting an audience that we can target down the line with a different ad. So if we wanted to target people who have read our blog, we would create a custom audience, and then when we're creating our ad under targeting, we would select that custom audience to run that ad to, and it would only show to the people who had been and read your blog. So to do that, you're going to go into create audience, website traffic, you're going to go to people who visit specific web pages, and URL contains, and this is where you would put your URL for your blog page. And then in the last, you can do 30 days, 10 days. This really depends on the length of your funnel and how long you're going to be marketing to people too. So sometimes I like to do it for 10 days if I'm running a constant funnel, so that people will only see these ads for 10 days and then it's going to recycle out unless they have visited my blog. And there's a way that you can go in, if you're really good with Facebook ads, you can go in and you can exclude people who have already converted into paying clients from seeing these ads again. So then I go in and I would create an audience name called, let's say, blog traffic. Okay. So you would add your URL here and then you would create your audience. So then what you're going to see when you go in to create an ad, and I'm just going to pop this up here. Now you're probably going to be using the Power Editor. Hopefully you're using the Power Editor. If you're not, then you definitely should start. I know it's a little bit more confusing, but it is something that will be so much more effective for you. So I'm just going to get in here into ad set and targeting so that I can show you. Oh, it's not going to let me do this. All right, let's just grab something. We'll grab my website. And then what I would do is, now for conversions, this is something a little bit different. So I'm actually just going to do, I'm just going to pick one so that we can move on. And then we'll come back to that in a minute. But what you can do right here, so if you click on this little arrow, this is where your blog traffic audience will show up had I actually gone in and put in a URL and created it. So instead of filling out all this information, all you're going to do is click this little arrow and then check your audience right here. And then you're going to be targeting just the people who have visited your blog. Now let's go back for a second here to our pixels and talk about creating a custom conversion. So when you click on this here, again, it's the exact same pixel. So what you would do is you would put that pixel information onto your thank you page, the page that people see once they've already submitted the information. And then you're going to use the URL of your thank you page. It has to be of your thank you page. And then you can do whatever for your category here. So it might be that they initiated a checkout, or they purchased something, or they're a lead, or they completed registration, whatever it is. And then you would just hit next to activate that pixel. Now, how would you use this? You would actually use this back in your objective when you're doing a website conversion, and you want to measure whether or not, you don't just want to measure how many clicks your ad got, you want to see how many signups your ad got, right? So then you would choose that particular conversion pixel, and because that conversion pixel is only measuring the thank you page for that particular goal, you know that ad drove that conversion and drove those dollars right back into your account. So you can see whether or not that ad is making you money, or if it's losing you money. So that's how you would use the new Facebook pixel. It's very similar to how it was before, except for you only have one pixel to create instead of 2 pixels. And then it's a little bit different on how you would go about actually putting the pixels together with regards to the URLs. So I hope this video was helpful. Thank you so much for watching Transformation Tuesday today, and I will see you next Tuesday. Bye.